Good money, baby. Good money, baby. It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with another bag talk. Y'all already know money is the subject. The mindset is wealth. We finna get this started. As soon as I can figure out. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so today's topic, we're going to be talking about how will you keep up with your lifestyle in the future, baby? So this you versus you, okay? So y'all drop y'all comments in the comment section. I'm logging on, getting my notes together. Good money, baby. So listen, y'all, we talking about today's topic is how will you keep up with your lifestyle in the future? So a lot of people call it lifestyle creep, where you make more money, so you begin to spend more money. So this is you versus you. This is what you have to decide for yourself. We're talking about how will you keep up with your future lifestyle and inflation and things of that nature. So drop the comments in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feel about the topic. I'm rocking my Ed Jones shirt today. Last week I had on the TD Ameritrade. I'm a former employee of Edward Jones as well. I'm not advertising for Edward Jones, but I used to work in the legal division at Edward Jones headquarters in St. Louis. So anyways, enough about me. Let's talk about you, because this is you versus you. How will you keep up with your lifestyle in the future? When you begin to make more money, you begin to spend more money. And Biggie Smalls said it best, more money, more problems. So most people like to call it a lifestyle creep, where now you're adding all these new expenses, things that you've never even thought about in the beginning, like before you had this type of money. So when you begin to earn more, for instance, you got this new job, you've been working hard, building up your resume, you finally get this new job, you're making X amount of dollars. So now you like, okay, I got a little money to spend. You might want to move to a better location. You know, you might want to move to a new city. But we forget about inflation and taxes and things like that. So today's topic, like I said, is how will you keep up with your future lifestyle? Drop the comments in the comment section. Let me know. I can't see who are watching right now, so just say what's up, and I'm going to shout you out. I do have some people who's going to be joining me in the studio in September, so be on the lookout for those episodes as well on Bag Talk. So anyways, let's get back to this. When you begin to earn more money, you begin to spend more money. So you might want to get better housing. You might want to move in a better neighborhood, better schools for your kids. You might want to move where like everybody else working, or there's more retired people or something like that. But you don't think about how expensive your rent may be. Or if you're buying, you're not thinking about how much your mortgage is going to be per se. And if you can continuously make that same payment for X amount of years. So, and most people be maxing out on what they can afford, because they're taking your debt to income ratio based off your gross income and not the net. So some people get tricked into maxing out on that loan and taking that big amount instead of taking like a lower, just because you get approved for $250,000 don't mean you can afford $250,000. So we want to keep that in mind. And that's lifestyle creep. That's your lifestyle inflation. So that's what I'm talking about today. You might go and buy a new car. You might be the type of person that like a new car every 2 to 3 years. So now you got this high-ass car note with expensive insurance to cover the expensive-ass car. And your car note can basically be a house note. Like I think the average car note in the United States is $700. Let's see. Average car note in the U.S. It says the average, Google is your friend. The average car note in America varies depending on whether the car is new or used. At the end of 2022, the average car note for new cars was $717. And the average car note for used cars was $563. That's not even including insurance. So again, that lifestyle creep up on you when you start making more money. You think you can afford a new car, and that might not be a good idea right now. Like, you want to start building your assets, things that's going to be making you money, instead of liabilities, things that's going to depreciate in value over time. And ultimately, you're going to have to maintain this new car. So what else? So you start making more money, your taste start to change. You start having a different standard of living. So you have these new lifestyle habits that you never even had before. You taking all of these fancy vacations, trips to Jamaica, Dubai, Mexico, Vegas. You going to Atlanta twice a year. You doing all anybody that call you and say we going somewhere, you booking a flight too. So these are things you want to think about as you start to make more money. Y'all drop the comments in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feeling about this topic. How will you keep up with your lifestyle in the future? We got to think about these things. We got to evaluate our situations. We got to set goals and think about how we're going to get to that goal and stay committed to that goal, because all of these distractions when you start making new money could potentially have you not meeting your goals. So another thing, when you start earning more, you start to spend more money on food. So you can stop eating noodles. Now you got something against noodles who've been holding you down all this time. You want to start eating takeout food all the time. You DoorDash and getting charged $50 for a $10 meal. You want to become vegan, and y'all know vegan food is hella expensive. So don't even go there with me. Eating healthy in general is very expensive. So now you got new taste as you get new money, okay? You going to Starbucks every day. You got to have your coffee. So you going to get the fancy coffee at Starbucks. Me personally, I still drink whatever is free for the moment, okay? Whatever. Now you got a expensive taste. So now you want to buy the special water with the high pH. You want to drink alkaline water now all of a sudden that you making new money. And I get it. You want to take care of yourself, because before you probably couldn't afford those things. So I understand. Another thing, when you begin to earn money, you start spending more money on activities with your friends. You're going to happy hour every Monday, Taco Tuesday, Woman Crush Wednesday, Thirsty Thursdays, Freaky Fridays. You're going to the clubs or lounges every Saturday. You having brunch every Sunday. Every day of the week, you just doing something different that caused you to spend more money, things that you probably wasn't doing before. But now that you're earning this new income, you feel like you got a little wiggle room to do all of these things you see people on social media doing, okay? On top of all of that, every day of the week, y'all throwing random dinner dates, theme parties where you got to buy all these different things just to go enjoy the time with the people that you love. So that's some things, when you earn more money, you got to be careful of falling into that trap. Another thing, when you earning more money, drop the comments in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feeling about this topic. We talking about how will you keep up with your lifestyle. So right now, this you versus you, baby. You thinking about you and your future. You like living this certain type of lifestyle, but we want to know how we're going to be able to keep affording this lifestyle. So another thing is new electronics. Everybody in the household got a new iPhone, a new iPad, a new Mac laptop. Everybody got one of those things. Why can't y'all just share each other's stuff if y'all all living in the same household? I don't get it. But that's something to keep in mind. You buying these new robotic and artificial intelligence things that ultimately make you lazy. It's saving you time, but it's making you lazy. Hi, Adonis. If y'all hear my son in the background, he had to come to the studio with me today. We got a lot going on. We're moving. We doing a lot of stuff. So I apologize if you hear him playing a game in the background. Yeah. Another thing, when you begin to make more money, you start buying all these new clothes. So you want to buy designer because it's a trend for these new designer bags and shoes. You want to get jewelry. You know, you want to upgrade your wardrobe and stuff like that. You start spending money on things that bring you no value. It's bringing you no peace of mind. And ultimately, you're not making no money from it. So these are some things when you begin to earn more money, you start spending more money on different things. Drop the comments in the comment section. What else do you begin to spend more money on when you get to earning more money? We already went over housing. You might want to move to a new city. You might want to move to a new location, a different neighborhood. You want better schools for your kids. That costs money. You're going to spend more depending on the location. Keep that in mind. You want to buy a new car when you earn more money. We just went over that. These high-ass car notes, you paying the average car note in America is $700 a month, and that's not including insurance. And you know insurance going to be sky high when you get in these expensive cars. They got to cover the cost of the car. What else? We said your lifestyle habits start changing. You start going on these exotic trips more than often. You start eating differently, and you start doing all these activities with your friends every day of the week. You buy new electronics and new clothes. So those are some things when you start to earn more money, you start spending more money on it. And we want to keep in mind how we're going to be able to keep affording this new lifestyle since we have upgraded. And it might be well needed, or what you think you may need, because you see everybody else doing it don't necessarily mean that that's a necessity for you. So when you upgrade your lifestyle, you got more expenses. So when you start making more money, you create a new standard of living. But that can also result in more credit card debt, because now you're spending money that you do not have to keep up with yourself, which is ultimately trying to keep up with the Joneses, because you ain't even had these ideas before you start looking on social media, seeing what everybody else is doing. And then once you make the money, you think that's what you're supposed to be doing. And we're not thinking about inflation. Inflation chips away at your spending power. It limits your ability to save and invest for your future. So we want to keep that in mind. I'm just looking at the time because I'm not going to hold y'all long. I'm not going to be here long. I got a lot going on, moving around and stuff. Also, you ain't even thinking about taxes. Your uncle and them, Uncle Sam them. Because the more money that you earn, the more earned income that you make, shall I say, the more you taxed on that earned income. And then your income start to phase out when you do your taxes. And now you're not even eligible for these different credits and deductions if you're not owning any assets to offset the tax liability. So that's something you want to keep in mind before you make all this money. We all want money, but we don't necessarily know what to do with it as soon as we get the money. So keep that in mind, y'all. So boom, like I said, once you start earning more money, you spending more money, then you got inflation and taxes that's chipping away at your net income. So then you start getting desperate to keep up with your own self. You find yourself being desperate. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep up with yourself, which is ultimately trying to keep up with the Joneses. You looking stressed out and looking crazy. Then you start living paycheck to paycheck. You getting really desperate now. You got to get a payday loan, and payday loans can have an annual percentage rate as high as 400%. That's high as hell. You can use a payday loan calculator, put in and do the numbers. But on average, the average annual percentage interest that you have to pay on the money that you borrow getting a payday loan is 400%. So now you being desperate going to borrow other money that you do not have to keep up with your own self, which is ultimately trying to keep up with the Joneses. Malika Jones, good money, baby. Carmelo Moore, good money. Y'all, let me know how y'all feeling about this topic. We talking about how will you keep up with your lifestyle in the future. You earn more money, you get more problems, but you be creating those problems. You can't be mad at nobody but yourself. When you start earning more money, you want to buy new cars, you want to go on exotic trips, you want to go to every event. You don't know how to say no. because you don't have goals. If you have goals, it makes it easy for you to say, no, I can't do that this weekend. When you have a purpose with your money and you budgeting and stuff, you are not afraid to tell your friends, no, I can't do that right now. I got goals. I'm trying to do something. So don't let friends keep you stagnant or pull you back down after you didn't start climbing up this ladder. So let's look at some things you can do to avoid this trap, this lifestyle creep. That's what they calling it. The more money you make, the more you start spending. You get in different environments, you get new friends, and they're already living a certain lifestyle. So you think you're supposed to live this same lifestyle, and that may not be true. Like I said, when you upgrade your lifestyle, it may be well due. You may live in a neighborhood that's sketchy or that you don't necessarily feel safe in. So you want to move in a new neighborhood where it's safe or safer, because nowhere is safe. You got to always watch your back. But at the same time, we know those neighborhoods that you really quite likely wouldn't want to live in. So these are some things you can do to avoid the lifestyle creep trap. You can examine yourself, do some self-reflection, figure out what's important to you, write down your priorities. Safety should be a priority. Affordability should be a priority. Peace should be a priority. So before you spending your money, you want to think about things like that. Is it bringing me peace? Will it bring me peace? Will it ultimately make me happy for a long period of time? What's up?
Money.
What do you have to say about money, since you want to be in the camera?
Good morning, baby. I just love my mommy. She's the best. And then...
Do you invest your money?
Yes.
Okay.
Invest your money so you can get that Lamborghini, so you can pay bills, learn how to get that Lamborghini, and make sure you get that subscribe button and hit the subscribe button. Comment down below.
Yes, drop the comments in the comment section. Thank you, Adonis. Yep. And make sure y'all follow the Bag Talk podcast. I can't even talk today. Make sure y'all follow the Bag Talk podcast on Amazon Music, iHeart Radio, and where else? Spotify. And also, we got a YouTube channel, Tax City LLC, Bag Talk. Yeah, so again, things you can do to avoid that lifestyle creep, to avoid that self-inflation, or to keep mindful of it. You want to avoid comparison to others. Comparison is a thief of joy. So you want to avoid looking at what other people doing, because it's giving them self-satisfaction and fulfillment. You think it'll give you self-satisfaction and fulfillment, which ultimately it may not. It may make you even more depressed and miserable, and you may end up hating that person because you like, how are you living that life and happy, but when I try to live that life, I'm not happy. So you start resenting people. That's why you don't want to compare yourself to nobody, baby. Everybody is unique on this earth, okay? Do what works for you. That goes back to priorities. What's important to you, not nobody else. Okay, you want to try to find a balance. So try not to get sucked into trends, challenges that people do on internet. You want to try to just be yourself as much as possible. What makes you happy? What does it for you? What's been working for you? And stay consistent at that. Also, you want to keep increasing your skills and your income. Again, inflation. We have to keep inflation in mind. This same money that we're making today is not going to be worth the same amount in 10 years, and vice versa. The same money we're making today, the same money you made 10 years ago is not worth what it is today. So keep that in mind. You want to keep increasing your skills so you can be valuable in the marketplace and make more money at all times. You want to start saving your money to buy things cash instead of using credit unnecessarily. So you want to save your money to go cash out on a collectible car, or you want to save your money to go cash out on that piece of jewelry that you really like and you want to go buy. You don't want to use your credit unnecessarily. You actually want to use your credit to buy assets that will constantly make you money so that you can just go buy those liabilities outright. Just cash out on those. No need to be paying interest on stuff that's not going to appreciate. You want to save your money in high yield savings accounts. So I think we went over this before. We're like Bank of America. Let me look this up. Bank of America. Google is your friend. Bank of America savings accounts interest rate. So Bank of America savings account interest rate. Let's see. I'm going right to their website. Good money, Mr. Montana Capone. Good money, baby. We talking about how will you keep up with your future self? Basically, this is you versus you, your lifestyle, inflation. Because the more money you make, the more money you're going to spend. And the less money you make, the less you ain't going to be able to buy nothing. So, look, it's you versus you, baby. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Interest rates for savings account, Bank of America, Advantage Savings. Loading up now, y'all. Okay, rates. Okay, so today's rates, I guess every day's rates change. But today at Bank of America, you can get a savings account. If it's less than $2,500, that's $2,500. The standard annual percentage is 0.01%. That's how much money you're making on your savings account at Bank of America if you have less than $2,500. So let me do the math real quick. 2,500 times 0.001. So you made $2.50 on $2,500 for the year. If you letting it sit there just for the year, just $2,500 flat, you ain't touching it, you ain't adding nothing to it. You just made $2.50 on your money. Now they have another savings account, Bank of America, and I'm on bankofamerica.com. The savings account, if you have more than $2,500, so $2,500 and more, you earn 0.01%. So it's the same amount. Nothing. You're not earning anything. I just did the math for y'all. 2,500 times 0.001 is $2.50 that you made off of your money. Versus if you had a high yielding savings account, like myself, I have a Marcus by Goldman Sachs. It's an online savings account, and their interest rate is, give me 1 second, Marcus, and they constantly go up. So their online savings account interest rate is, let me put interest right here. You can see, that's why I love Google, because you can get real specific with what the information that you're looking for, baby. Google is your friend. So let's see. A Marcus, I could just go to my account, but I don't feel like signing in and all of that. So right now, an online high yielding savings account, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, and I do have one. I'm not advertising for them, but I had them for about 5 years now, and the interest rate constantly goes up. You're making 4.30%. 4.30% versus Bank of America 0.01%. So let's take my same 2,500 times 0.0430, and I done made $107.50 on my 2,500 versus at Bank of America I would have only made $2.50, baby. Y'all do the math. But you want to save your money in a high yielding savings account. It don't have to be the one that I have. It can be any one. That's up to you. What you feel is valuable and what you're passionate about. That's how I make most of my decisions when it comes to bank accounts. And then if they charge fees and stuff like that. So that's up to you. But you want to choose one that's high yielding. Most traditional banks is only giving you 0.01% on your money, baby. Versus the high yielding savings account, and I use the one that I have for an example, is paying you 4.30% interest rate on your money, baby. Numbers matter. So I said you want to use your credit to buy assets. You want to use your credit to buy things that will consistently make you money, where you can just go buy those liabilities for cash. You don't want to use your credit for stuff that's not going to make you no money. That don't even make no sense. You want to diversify your portfolio. So you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You want to have a little bit of investments in real estate. You want to have a little bit of investments in stocks. You want to have a little bit of investments in mutual funds, bonds, CDs, businesses. A business is an income, especially if you have a business where you're providing a service to people. That's going to constantly bring you in money. So that's an asset. So assets for your business. If you do a business where it needs equipment or machinery, that's an asset to your business. I mean, an asset to you because it's bringing in money from your business. And you can write off those things on your taxes too. So you can use the depreciation on the equipment that you use for your business. If you use equipment for your business, you can get a tax write-off on that. Also, another thing you can do to avoid lifestyle creep. That do sound kind of creepy. Like, this lifestyle is creeping in on me and making me do things that I think I'm supposed to be doing because I see other people doing. That's a creep. You want to buy things in bulk. I'm talking about food, toiletries. You want to buy those type of things in bulk so you can save on monthly expenses. So, say for instance, you buy like toilet tissue, paper towels, soap, toothpaste, stuff like that. You buy that maybe once a month or once every other month. Sometimes if you just being cheap and just buying tissue like twice a month, once every 2 weeks or something like that, you buying like, that get expensive over time. If you examine just your financial spending for the year, you be like, dang, I went to that store that many times, versus if you got a Sam's membership or a Costco membership, you buying those things in bulk. And you're going to spend a lot. Well, it seems like a lot at that time, but it'll save you money monthly, baby. You want to keep a budget. Again, if your money don't have a purpose of what it's doing or where it's going, you're just going to start spending frivolously. And you don't want to do that because it'll get out of hand. And then next thing you know, you're like, damn, I make $100,000 a year, but I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Where's my money going? All of the little things that we went over above, when you start earning more money, you spending more money on all of those things. And you can end up being in that trap where you live in paycheck to paycheck. Although you have a high earning job, it's not giving. Another thing you could do to avoid lifestyle creep is cancel subscriptions. People be subscribing to stuff, all these different TV apps, and you got a gym membership. You signed up at the beginning of the year because you had New Year's resolutions. You never went to the gym. You went that first week and you stopped going. If you're not going to go to the gym, cancel the subscription. If you're not watching these apps, cancel the subscriptions. If you subscribe to stuff that you don't even use, cancel those subscriptions. That money add up, and you can be investing in money. Another way you can avoid lifestyle inflation is have a clear and measurable financial goal. So you want to have goals. That way, like I said, it's easy for you to say no to all the distractions. No, I can't go to Freaky Friday this Friday. No, I can't go to Taco Tuesday next Tuesday. No, I can't do happy hour on Monday with y'all because I got to do something else. I have a financial goal, and I'm very strict with my money right now. So, and if you got friends and family that don't understand or think you acting funny or something, those people ain't for you. They should actually be either holding you accountable or taking notes and learning from you, period. Another way you can avoid lifestyle inflation is looking for ways to earn better returns on your investment. So you want to look for ways to earn better interest for the money that's you have sitting that's making you money. So your money is making you money, but you want to find a bigger return every year. I think the stock market, let's look it up. Let's go to Google. Google is your friend. Stock market average return. Okay, so it says about 10% per year. So about 10% the stock market is giving you on the money that you have invested in the stock market, about 10% per year. Again, we said that the high yielding savings account is giving you 4.30, and then now you invested in the stock market too that's giving you 10% on your money. Who need a bank when you have all these other things that's actually paying you good money for your money, giving you nice returns on your money? Let's see, real estate average return. Real estate average return. How long I've been on here? I got about, let's say, 25, 30 minutes. So real estate average return is real estate average return is 10%, according to this article that I'm looking at when I just Googled real estate average return, about 10%. So, boom, real estate is about 10% on your money, between 6 and 10% on your money. The stock market is about 10% on your money. A high yielding savings account is 4.3, and that's just the example that I used. 4.30. Donnie Joe, good money, baby. We talking about how will you keep up with your future self. It's called self-inflation. Well, it's really called lifestyle creep, but this is you versus you, because the more money you make, the more money you gonna spend. And right now, in the beginning of the video, I talked about things that you spend more money on when you start making more money, like housing, new cars, new clothes, vacations, exotic trips, a big ass wedding when you could have just went to the courthouse and paid a couple $100 for licensing and stuff like that, but you paid $50,000 on a wedding that you still spending, and y'all probably divorced by now. Y'all probably divorced right now and you still paying on the wedding that you borrow money on. So listen, y'all just got to be smart with your money until you get to a point. I mean, you always want to be smart with your money, but you want to be very strict with your money until you get to the point where you can afford these things. Oh, we was talking about looking for ways to earn better returns on your investment. I wanted to look up art. So art collection average return on investment, around 4% per year. The first one that popped up, I'm on Google, around 4%. So anything right now is beating the traditional savings account. Bank of America 0.01. Anything that began with 0.0 is a failure, baby. Clearly, you ain't even gotta be a financial expert to know that. Okay, another thing you can do to avoid lifestyle inflation or lifestyle creep, or you want to keep up with yourself. When you get bonuses and raises at work, instead of going and blowing that money, invest it. Invest that money. If your job got a 401k plan that you can enroll in it. See if they matching. If they matching 3%, start having 3%. Make those contributions to your 401k plan that's coming out of your paycheck. Okay? Go on, that's free money. If your job matching you 3%, that's free money. Good money, baby.
Good money, baby.
If you get a raise, increase the percentage that you contribute to your 401k or your retirement plan. So if you already contributing 3%, you get a raise at your job, raise your percentage that you contributed, whatever you feel comfortable with. That's why it's important to have a budget and know what you're spending your money on. That way you can know what you can actually contribute, what you can actually afford. So yeah, y'all, that was just some things to keep in mind. How will you keep up with your lifestyle in the future? Because when you start earning more money, you start spending more money and ultimately creating problems for yourself that you can avoid by doing those simple things that we just discussed. Again, it's another bag talk. I love talking about money and savings. I will have some special guests coming on the show, so y'all be on the lookout for that. If anybody interested in coming on my podcast and talking this bag talk with me, y'all already know y'all can inbox me, hit me up, but y'all gotta be serious about what y'all talking about. So a recap really quick before I hop off of this thing. When you begin to earn more money, you spend more money on better housing, better neighborhoods, a new city maybe. So you might have a more expensive rent if you're moving into a safer neighborhood per se. You might buy a new car. If you're the type of person you got to have a new car every 2 to 3 years. You have a new high car note. The average car note in America is $700, not including your insurance. Keep that in mind. Some people drive in their house. You better be living in that mug at least if you spending that much on a car note. Your taste buds start to change when you get more money. So now you have new lifestyle habits. You are going on these new vacations, destination vacations. You have a destination wedding. You're spending thousands of dollars on these expensive weddings that you're still paying for and you're no longer together. You start spending money on these exotic foods. You didn't stop eating noodles. And now you are spending money out to eat every day at Ruth Chris, Morton Steakhouse, all these different fancy restaurants. You're doing takeout, DoorDash. You done spent $30 on the $2 meal. Crazy stuff. Because you feel like you're making more money. So look, I can spend more money. So yeah, that is just a little information on lifestyle creep or lifestyle inflation. You want to keep in mind, you might have a new baby and babies are expensive. Babies need food. Formula is expensive if you're not breastfeeding. Daycare expensive as hell. Okay, one child is like $750 a month. So yeah, these are some things you want to keep in mind. Also, you want to keep in mind inflation. The cost of things will go up. Y'all already see the grocery store. Food is expensive. Everything is more expensive nowadays because inflation has went up, and that limits your ability to save and invest. And then taxes. You want to keep in mind your uncle and them gonna be wanting theirs too. So everybody is after your money. That's why it's important to use that extra money to buy assets. That way you can offset your tax liabilities, if that makes sense. Y'all, thank y'all so much. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday. Get out here and get some of this good money, baby. Because I'm about to go get some good money, period.